Pace Arrow 37-footer, 2 slides, just came in here at HaylettRV of Coldwater, Michigan. It's had 2 previous owners. The folks, when they bought it, the idea was not like, hey, we're going to do a ton of camping. Actually, they had kids that were very, involved in various athletics. And other than it took an annual trip to Florida. Beyond that, it was usually mostly used to go out east to attend things like lacrosse tournaments. So essentially, this was just kind of a home base. They'd bunk down in it overnight, of course. I'm not saying they didn't sleep in it or anything, but most of the time it was just used to travel, get there, and just hang out overnight and go back home. It made a lot more sense than finding motels and driving back and forth and everything. It's been used, but there's a lot of life in it. It's an 04, and they use it. It's got 72,000 miles, so they went out, had a good time. But all the really important stuff, it's all here. Like, the tires are in good shape. The tires aren't dry rotted. Obviously, one of the benefits to going to Class A instead of Class C is the huge level of outside storage, and then obviously the extra space you get inside from that cab. Generator fired up like a champ. Generator runs like a top, so that's a very good thing. They again, little scuffs, little bumps here and there, you're going to find that. They had 3 kids that were involved in sports. They had sometimes have other team members with them. So, there were people, kids, adults, whatever, in and out of this thing. But any major mechanical thing that needed done, they did. Don't worry about the little cosmetic stuff. This is a workhorse. Well, no pun intended, not an intentional segue. It's actually on a Workhorse chassis with the 8100 power plant, so that big Vortec there is just legendary for performance. Again, this side of the RV was stored primarily facing the sun here, so you'll see where some of the decals have had a little bit of weather exposure to them. I noticed the darker chunk right here, the clear coat has faded a little bit. It's cosmetic, guys. It's not the end of the world. I haven't seen a single place where it's been leaking. I don't see any major mechanical problems. There's a lot of good life. This is not like an old junker that's only going to have life left like, hey, it's good to take to the NASCAR race and then, let it sit behind the barn. This is not one of those. Quick thing I want to mention, this is not the original stock flooring here in the living area. The previous owners spent a lot of time at the beach, and they did not want to grind sand into their carpeting. So they pulled the original flooring and they put down this little click plank laminate stuff. It's very rugged, it's good stuff. So it's got that wood plank look. Now, don't have a heart attack. There were a couple little areas here where the flooring didn't quite match up against the slide out, but they didn't want to put too much pressure on the slide out and have it cause problems going up and down. It works fine right now. They brought a couple extra little pieces that they used as like slide runners, basically, and you'll see people do that in fifth wheels and motorhomes all the time. They'll have little slide runners so that the slide doesn't dig into the flooring, or the oils from the slide lubricants don't leave a trace there. What is this? Got about a 7-foot tall interior and a soft touch ceiling liner. And a couple reasons I like these is, one, it just drowns out noise. Whether you're traveling or you're at your destination, the outside, you just no longer hear it. And I tell you what, I don't know if you could pick it up from the video, but it's cold outside right now. I'd like to tell you it's 70 and sunny, but that'd make me a freaking liar. And I'm not a liar. But just the cab heat, I've only had this thing running for 5 minutes. It is significantly warmer in here than outside, and we don't have the furnaces running. And yes, furnaces plural. This actually has twin furnaces. It has twin AC units. And I tell you what else it has is just a truckload of windows, buddy. And here's the thing that I noticed was different. Most motorhomes have front entry. This has middle entry, which is really uncommon. So it gives them just all this room for just all this glorious glass right here. There's just windows everywhere, very light and bright inside. Again, they used it quite a bit, and what impressed me about that was the seating, by and large, doesn't really look worked over. Good quality components tend to hold up toward long-term use, So again, it's been used, it hasn't been abused. There is a difference there. Like I said, if you see, well, that's not even a scuff, that's just a different color in the wood trim that they used here. But if you see a scuff on something, whatever, The fact is that this thing is held together, it's in great shape, great working order, and it's ready to hit the road. I like the extended living room here. Normally you don't get the twin chairs in a motorhome. You tend to only get the single. These are swivel rockers, but what is nice too is they actually do lock down. You see the little lockdown thing there. So in transit they're not going to bounce everywhere, and they are recliners as well. Up here you got a pretty common. Seems like most motorhomes have some level of co-pilot station, though I do like the two-stage one here. So like if you got a little tablet or something you want to set there, you can do that. Automatic leveling system, that actually needs to be in place before you can operate the slides, which is a nice safety thing there. Of course, backup camera, that kind of goes without saying a little bit. This will open up into a hide-a-bed. Obviously, you can fold the dinette down, and that's another nice thing on this. This floor plan, I've seen this floor plan before. You do this long enough, and you start to see them come in and out a few times. Normally, there's just a big circular table here. I like that this actually has a more traditional dinette because you're gaining big-time storage below the seating, and obviously that can fold down into bonus sleeping itself. Here in the living area, you're going to see a lot of the nice slow rise roller shades there that are actually really popular all of a sudden here in the towable RV market. Those have existed for years in the motorized market. This actually has a very good kitchen, and it's 10 pounds of kitchen in a 5-pound sack, because you're going to look at it, and we tend to only look at things like in one dimension. We say, oh no, it's just not very long, it's not a big kitchen. But it's got a really deep countertop. You've got just a slew of drawers and cabinets down here. When you look above, you've got that convection microwave with big time overhead shelving. But what's nice is it's very cook-centric. When you're standing here, everything wraps around you. It reminds me of like modern automobile design. The way that everything is very wrapped around in one arm's length away. And over here, ooh, I like that. I like it whenever I see these little pull-out cutting boards. That's a favorite of mine. The big two-door 12 cubic foot fridge and freezer, and that is gas and electric, so it doesn't matter where you go or what the situation is, you're covered. Here's another thing that kind of jumped out at me. Pardon me. Let's look at the bathroom first, then we'll look at the next thing. Pretty traditional motorhome bathroom, nothing too uncommon here, though I do like how those bathroom counters match the rest of the coach. Big Max Air fan up here too for lots of good airflow. And a tall RV, 7-foot interior means a tall person friendly shower. So big folks like me, not a problem. Now, over here, you've got the Combo-Matic washer dryer. So if you are going to do some touring like the last folks did, you're always going to be all set here. And big walk-through middle closets like this are something that, I mean, Fleetwood always knew how to do this. This is something Fleetwood's always been good at, is storage. Not every brand has always had that same knack for storage that Fleetwood had, and this motorhome is absolutely no exception. Very private rear bedroom. Now, they did leave the carpeting down back here because by this point they had shoes off and feet cleaned and things like that. Got a residential size queen bed, though you do have plenty of room to have a king bed and maintain side stands, so they did a very good job of that. And here's something that's become a really hot button item, is having power outlets in the slide box, not over here beside it. So what that lets you do is have like a phone charger or a breathe assist machine at night to help you with your chronic pulmonary issues, so that you can sleep well at night. You don't have to decide, do I go RVing or do I sleep well tonight? All the original electronics appear to be here, although they could probably use a little bit of updating. But some great storage going on, and I like this little area here, this little desk / vanity nook space. Something else I noticed is a couple of these slow rise pleated shades, day-night shades, look like they just need to be restrung. They're not wanting to stay up there. Again, that's not the end of the world. That's not like a hard function item, especially in the bedroom where most people leave them down for privacy. Anyway, that's why you have this nice lighting package in here. You're going to have questions. Anytime we're looking at a big motorhome like this, you're going to have questions. If you want to know what it looks like, you want to know what it's running, you want to know if we have it available, I leave you a link down in the video description that says check for price and availability. You're one click away from being to answer important, easy questions like that. I specifically took a set of photos with the slide outs closed, both inside and out, so you guys could see what it looks like. If you have more questions, do not hesitate to give us a call. It's a big investment. We want to walk you through it to make sure you're happy and comfortable with your decision. So take care, stay safe, have fun. Happy camping, everyone, and we are HaylettRV of Coldwater, Michigan. You can reach us at 800-256-5196, and we look forward to hearing from you. Thank you, everybody.